Hello? Okay, it's working. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Crystalsis. You can call me Chris or Chris, whatever is easiest for you. I am a tuner VTuber looking for my link. I'm a freelance tuner right now, and as a tuner, I am versed in fixing and dismantling ATs, which are the things that I wear on my feet from the world of air gear. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can search up something called Tool 2. Actually, maybe I should make that a command. Yeah, I'll do that later. But basically, they're good with machines. So tonight I plan on finishing Star Ocean. Oh wait, let me change the thingy. Where's the thingy? Where's the layout? There we go. Tonight I plan on finishing Star Ocean. I definitely thought this would take me longer to beat. I do not remember this being such a short game. Apparently not. It's a very short game. And I still have another week before Star Ocean 6 comes out. So, what to do in the meantime? I have something else planned, sort of. I guess it's also because I know exactly what I'm doing. Like, this is not a blind playthrough, so I'm not about it. So this is the Maze of Tribulations. This is like the bonus dungeon that unlocks technically after you beat the game. Okay, actually no, technically before you beat the game, but you're supposed to play it after you beat the game. I have decided to unlock it and then do some grinding, because this is where you do your grinding to max level and max everything. As you can see in the top right hand corner, I have a lot of SP and a lot of money, but my characters are not max level. Max level in this game, once you get the limit break, is 255. I am now level 187 on Emerson. Well, I guess my highest is probably Fidel. 190. Whatever. Close enough. So the way grinding works in this game is... or the way this specific level exploit or level or XP farm works requires a few things. So one... I need to give... So let me just reset my... brain, please. You're not... Brain, you're supposed to be working. I took a nap. Let me reset my rolls. So Berserker gives me damage. Damage. No, there's something else. I swear there was. Sneezing already. No, don't care about that. No. Crit rate down. Yeah, I just need pure damage for this. So. Isn't there one more that increases attack damage? So, as you can see, I have pretty much gotten every single roll, and I've maxed them all out because all it takes is SP. So I just got a bunch of SP. I'll kind of show you how to do that. It's the same, just with a few roll changes. I swear there's one more that gives a decent amount of attack. Oh, there we go. Eccentric. There we go. Battle skills, Avian Rage, Cyclone Blade. I don't actually use those skills. Rolls. Equipment. Do I not have a better item or better equipment? Whatever, that's fine. So what is Emerson's attack anyways right now? 5,000, not bad. Before it was around 7,000, but that's because he had the laser weapon. The laser weapon is currently on Fidel. So the roll setup I usually go with, the only one that matters on Fidel, because the two characters I use are Fidel and Emerson, the only one that matters is Ace. Everything else doesn't really matter. And then on Emerson, I just put every attack booster, so Berserker, Attack Advocate, Unfortunate Soul, and Eccentric, just to boost his attack. Because the enemies you're about to fight have very high damage. As for everybody else, if you're going to farm EXP, you should have the Instructor role, the Betrayer role, and then you should not have either Altruist or Miser. The reason is because if you have either one of these roles, you will gain SP, not EXP, or you will gain full, not EXP. So it takes all of your EXP, reduces it to 0, and that value, it will either multiply by 1.5 for the full and give you that amount in money, which is how I got max money, or it will take that value and multiply it by 0.05. Yeah, 0.05 is 5%. And then give you that value in SP. And you can actually have Altruist and Miser on at the same time, so then you can max out on SP and full at the same time. But we're doing EXP right now, so the only other one I'm concerned about is Fiore, because I actually don't want her to attack that much. What is her... Yeah, her int is decent at 3,000, at around 4,000. I'm actually going to take off her equipment. Oh wow, it's still 2,000. You know what, that should be fine. I thought it'd go down to the thousands. So you have to, in the Maze of Tribulations, you start off over there by the save point and the shop, which is, his name is Santa, like, ho 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 Santa. And this is floor 1. You have to go through each of these. There's no map in here. If you try to look up a map, there's nothing. There are maps online, though. So you go through each of these. That's a teleporter up there. And so you just use this teleporter, make your way to the end of the path, you fight a boss there, and then you use the teleporter and you'll come back here. You have to do that 5 times, there's 5 different paths, and then the center location will open up. I already did that off stream, and then admittedly, now that I think about it, I probably should have done it on stream, and oh my god, first break, because my guts are unhappy. I'll be right back. back. Everything is burning. It hurts. Why did I eat those noodles? Anyways. So yeah, I'm trying to go to floor 2. In hindsight, I probably should have showed you guys floor 1 and me beating it. No, I just did that off stream. So here is floor 2. Floor 2, I haven't beaten any of them, and you can tell because when you beat one of the paths, the arch that leads to the path starts glowing like this one. This is the main arch, so it's already glowing. The path I want to go to is this one. I think. I hope. And you don't actually have to beat the path. Once you get access to floor 2, you can do this grinding method. So we are in Indra's Peregrination, path 4. Path 4 is the one you want. So here, it's a group of enemies, 3 metal scumbags, and whatever that thing is. The goal here is the metal scumbags. We want to kill 3 of them and just leave 1. Or sorry, we want to kill 2 of them and just leave 1. And kill whatever the other thing is. It's not important. So, oh god. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Let me do a quick change. So, I have to take Fidel's laser weapon because it has a much higher attack, and I have to put it on Emerson. Ah! I hate the camera angle from these things. There we go, that's better damage. Oh my gosh, please die. Let me kill the Ancient Guard. It's not hard to kill, so I'll just get it out of the way. And then get these out of the way. And I'm just activating Victor's whatchamacallit? Reserve Rush. Well, because you need to, basically. So each of these metal scumbags gives, I believe it's... Is it 30k? Anyways, I'm done with that, so rolls... I'm gonna keep his rolls, I'm just gonna set him to manual. But anyways, I need the laser weapon off of him. And I need to give it to Fidel. So I'm gonna set him to manual, switch to Fidel, and now I just weak attack. You just constantly weak attack and activate the reserve rush. You don't want to activate the reserve rush with the character you're using, so that's why I put it on Victor. I have him use the reserve rush. The reason for this is that how the reserve gauge works is when you have the bar filled, it goes all the way to 500%. So you can get 500% EXP, or at least that's what you think you're getting. The way the reserve rush, or the reserve rush works is the 500% more EXP only applies if you use the reserve rush. So it's ideal to use the reserve rush when you fight bosses, not only for damage, but for the EXP bonus to apply. When you have it filled to 500% and you don't use the gauge, you don't actually get 5 times the EXP you would for fighting that monster. You only get like, I don't know, maybe 50%? Something like that. It's a very small value unless you use the gauge. So the idea with Fidel's equipment, all of his equipment has filled reserve gauge by +7 units. And you can get this by crafting the Insigninon, which is one of Fidel's weapons. It's actually his dad's sword. You can craft this weapon through synthesis. If you synthesize 6 wires together, which you can just buy from the ship, you can get an Insigninon. Incinivon. I'm pretty sure it should be pronounced Incinivon. I think the G is silent. I'm dumb. Incinivon. Let's go with Incinivon. I'm dumb. Okay, Incinivon. Great. Oh, that was such a weird word to pronounce. Anyways, so you synthesize a bunch of these. 14, I believe. And you stick it onto a laser weapon, which you also have to create. You don't need a laser weapon, technically. You can use a different weapon that's blank. In the process of making a bunch of Incinivons, I also created a solid protector, so I just synthesized it onto this, because it's like a throwaway piece of equipment, but it also has 4 empty slots. And I also made a bunch of star guards. Now, no accessory has 4 empty slots. They all have something. There is a way to get rid of the initial factor, but it's too bothersome to do it, so I just put 3 Incinivons on it, and so every hit I do, as you can see, fills the gauge a lot, and you only want to use minor attacks, which for me is the X button, because that fills the gauge with EXP bonus. Then you just constantly have a character, in my case Victor, using up the reserve gauge. So basically every time you fill it to 100% and you have Victor use it, that doubles the EXP you are gaining. Although I don't know exactly how multiplicative it is, or whether it's multiplicative or additive every time you use it. What I mean by that is, let's say you start with 100 EXP, you fill the bar to 100%, which would mean you get 100% more EXP, or twice the amount, so 200%, and then you'd be at 200 EXP. If you fill the bar to 100% again and use the reserve rush, I'm not sure if they do it off the base amount or off the already multiplied amount. I'm going to guess it's off the base amount, or else multiplicatively you would get to max really, really fast. And getting max money is easy, but even I think I should have gotten max SP as well if it was multiplicative. What I mean by that is, if the 100% was multiplicative, and so you did it once, you went from 100 to 200, if it was further multiplicative on the 200, then that'd be 200 times 2, or another, so that'd be 400. If it was additive, and it only went off the base, that means you just get another 100 EXP per every time you fill the bar to 100%. So since this whole battle, I believe, gets you about, I think it's about 1k. Every bar gets you like another further 1k, and then there's another few things that I have. So on Relia, which I can't show you right now because she has no menu selection in battles, so you can't switch her role and you can't switch her equipment in battles. You can do that for everybody else. So for Relia, she has 2 rolls that are plus 50 EXP. Again, I don't know how those are calculated. They just help. And then I also ate a shortcake, which I got from cooking, which gives another plus 50 EXP bonus. So I literally sit here and do this until it dies. What a compelling and exciting stream to watch. This is also how you get the 999 hits. I don't remember if that's a trophy or if that's... Anyways, yeah, you can get 999 hits really easily. As you can see, I am almost there. There. And the hit gauge caps at 999. So my goal here is to try and get level 255 in one battle, which is why I'm not letting him run away, because they will try to run away. And if you do that, you lose quite a bit of EXP, because each of the metal scumbags is worth, I believe I said it was 30k? Multiplied by however much you use the gauge. which is why I just killed 2 off the bat right away. But you have to leave 1 to grind off of because they have the high defense. If you leave that other monster to grind off of, you won't get as many reserve rushes off, even if you like... Well, I guess you could lower your attack all the way to 1, but everybody has like a base attack from leveling. So, yeah, it's just better to work off the metal scumbag. Furthermore... Nope, there was nothing else I wanted to say. Never mind. So after this, I'm not going to do the rest of the Maze of Tribulation. The Maze of Tribulation has the super bosses, Gabriel Celeste and the Celestial Queen. I'm not going to do them on stream, or at least not this stream. I may return to this game one day and do them, but not planning to do it today. After this, what I'm going to do is go fight the final boss, which is going to be really easy because you're really not supposed to be max level before him. I was around, I believe, level 80? No. Yeah, I was around level 80 to 90 when I left the final boss, like right before fighting him. I did a bit of grinding yesterday already, as I said, and even in the first floor, if you eat shortcakes and you have all the EXP multipliers on, like the rolls, and you also have, and you're constantly, like if you have this build and you're constantly using your reserve death gauge just for the normal battles, they give about like, they give about like 70k per 80k, which is quite a bit, and you'll level up really fast. Like after the first floor was over, I think I was around maybe level 120 even? Just from like doing normal battles, not even like, not actual grinding, just doing the battles I needed to get through the first floor. And the bosses themselves have a lot of HP, so you can activate, they have a lot of HP, so like I was trying to grind them down with Emerson, but I just ended up getting so much reserve rush gauge that I kept using the Beetle just for damage, but that still gave me a lot of like EXP at the end, because they're bosses. Ow. After this, I plan on streaming Tales of Zestiria. That's like the closest I'm going to get to talking to spirits during Halloween. Actually, that's not true. This week, on Friday, 2 days from now, yeah, on Friday. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah. I'm going to go do a horror-themed block room with my friends, which means I'm going to be useless and cower in a corner the whole time, because I hate horror. And then on Saturday, I'm going to a Halloween party, costume party with my friends. And then they decided it'd be a great idea to play a horror VR game. I think that's a horrible idea. I am going to cry and scream and hate it the whole time. You can literally do this with one hand and have your other hand free. Because all you have to do is spam the X button, occasionally hold down R2 and press the X button, which activates their reserve rush ability. In my case, it's Victor. Oh, when did I lose the hit counter on him? Whatever. So you literally do this until you're dead. Not the most exciting start to a stream. And honestly, the beginning of the stream probably won't be that exciting. So yeah, right after this, I think I'm actually going to... Because I don't know how video editing works, I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to stop streaming, set up Tales of Zestiria off stream. And by set up, I just mean take the disc out for Star Ocean and put the disc in for the Tales of Zestiria. And the reason I'm doing that is because from the YouTube VODs, I don't know how video editing works. So I'd rather not have it all on one video, basically. As dumb as that sounds, it just makes my life easier. And makes uploading to YouTube easier. And also like playlists and all that. But so Tales of Zestiria will pretty much be blind. I played very little of Tales of Zestiria, but I will of course be restarting. I've gotten to the point, it's an old enough game that I can talk about it anyways, I think. I've gotten to the point where you get, whoever the wind spirit guy is, I don't even remember any of their names. I remember, is it Soray? I think his name's supposed to be Slay, but like they translated it as Soray. Like I can remember what the characters look like. There's an earth spirit, a wind spirit, a fire spirit, a water spirit. And yeah, those are your team members. I remember what they look like, but yeah, what am I trying to say? Yeah, I really don't know what happens in that story. So that, as a blind playthrough, should be more exciting than this, which is me just kind of bitching about things while I play this game. I mean, some people like watching people bitch about things while they do things. He's almost dead. This is not exciting whatsoever. Oh. If anybody's in chat, talk to me. It's almost dead. It's very important not to let it run away because you lose a lot of EXP or whatever you're trying to get. It gets away. Maybe I should do just talking streams. Maybe people will show up for that. Come on, Invictor, use it. It's dead. So, what did we get? We got 56,303,208 EXP. And that translates to level 255. For everybody? Yes. So, everybody is max level now. It only took one whatchamacallit? One training session, one grinding session. So... set rolls... Emerson still has all of the attack rolls. For Fidel, I don't care about Ace on him. I'll go with Godslayer. I actually don't know what to put on. Great. That's temporary. It's temporary. Sure, I'll give him this stuff. Nope. 3% chance to ignore targets. 10% chance. 3% chance. So there's one more that's like... Oh, normal attack, chance for foe... Okay. That's good enough. He's all defensive and is that. So now that I'm full, like max level, I have max everything. I do not need Instructor anymore, because that just gives me EXP. Don't need EXP anymore. So I gave her Item Expender. I also don't need Betrayer. And that's good because it says allies act less, foes more. Yeah, don't want that. I give her... Does she have... Okay, she has Princess already. Princess is periodically recover and then hang back. It's really not useful on anybody else. I mean, if you put it on the character you're controlling, then it's fine, because then the hang back doesn't apply, but the periodic recovery is nice. Master Tactician, I do it because it's enhance all allies' judgment, greatly enhance own judgment. I'm pretty sure that still makes her buff me, though. The last one? I don't actually know what I put on her for the last one. I try to see if there's anything else that gives me... that gives me, like, enhance allies' judgment, because that's what I want. I just want something that's, like, enhance allies' judgment. No, that's Miki. Allies take more actions, but I don't want that. No. Attack plus 20%. Honestly, having her be defensive is fine. I also don't know what to put on Anne. She just gets, like, all the random stuff. Actually, there's a really good build on Anne, which is the Dead Man Walking build. Oh, this one, Terror Knight. Foes take fewer actions, impairs foes' judgment. Yeah, that's pretty good. All Riser, recover 10% HP when guard break. Sure. And... Sure. Victor's the tank, so he gets Vanguard, tries Instigator Guardian. And I'm keeping Emerson as my damage dealer. So, base stats on people are pretty good. I say good, but eh. I mean, with all his rolls, his base attack around now is like 3,500. If I give him a good weapon, aka the laser weapon, and take the laser weapon off of... What was his good weapon? Oh, it was the Farwell, 1,400. Actually, there's a blah blah aggressor. No, not Table Turner. A good roll to put on him for some more attack is... What is it? Hothead. It gives attack 10%, which is decent. But if I give Emerson the laser weapon... Suddenly he's at 7,000 attack. If I actually give all the rolls to Fidel, I think at 2,000 attack you get to 9,999 attack. I think you max out. Anne has... decent. If you really want to max out people's attack, or in the case of Fiore, her int 14? 600... you have to craft certain weapons. Miki has a unique weapon set, which is basically focused on healing. But for everybody else, you have to get their best weapons, which have, I think, base almost 2k attack or more. And then you stick several factors on them. Usually people do crit chance. And then... because attack percent, I think the greatest attack percent factor is 10%. But yeah, you can get everybody to like a decent, probably almost base 4,000 attack before rolls. And then you won't need one person to have all of these rolls: Berserker, Attack Advocate, Unfortunate Soul, and Eccentric. And you can split it up among your damage dealers, and then you can get all the damage dealers to like max attack. But I'm not doing that, and that's the wrong way. I just want I just want to get to max level and then kick the final boss's butt. And also show you guys. That's how you get to max level in this game. At least that's the easy way. I mean, you could grind it out. If I did want to fully do the Maze of Tribulations, especially since I'm on Chaos mode, I would most likely have to get their best weapons and like fully craft them out and augment them with all the stats that I just mentioned. Since we're not doing that, I don't have to. Okay, so the way we get back to that place is to go to Fidel's home. The way we get back to the final dungeon for the final boss is back to Fidel's home. Oh. And I believe it's actually either the prior to the final dungeon or the final dungeon itself gets you a bunch of parts for you to craft like laser weapons and also some other equipment. Yeah, that requires grinding. But certain things like the specialties, which I have also maxed out now, make it a lot easier, such as like all of these, the ones that like raises the chance of getting spoils from fallen machine enemies. So you just max out all of these also with your SP, and then grinding becomes slightly easier. I already healed, yeah. So these are people's max stats, or sort of, or not learn roll, set roll. Does he have him? Yeah, so he has max HP plus 10%. I think is that the only thing he has? Or... oh, yeah, I think. So yeah, Victor has a lot of base HP, which is why I make him the tank. So this little black hole inside your house, a black hole localized completely within Fidel's house. Oh, no. It's how you get back to this final dungeon. And you take the first little platform that you get. And now I don't even care about fighting these things because they're not difficult. Actually, there's a way for me to slightly increase Emerson's attack a bit more, I think. And be slightly more annoying. Equipment. Fidel. Oh. Oh, that's really, I'm like, oh, I didn't put it. Fidel, I actually want him to go back to Elemental Leather because it's much better. I don't know, I have so many. It doesn't matter what you put on. Star Guard. You can have Wristlet of the Stars and... I honestly don't know. Sure, Blue Talisman. He has an actual Star Guard. So... I don't care about MP costs anymore because I have lots of MP. This gives me 5% attack, but it doesn't give me any flat attack. I don't actually know if that's... which one's better. So I'm going to give him Star Guard R3 because it has attack on it. He'll keep the Elemental Leather. What I want to do is, if I take a look at Emerson... Okay, he's at 7,986. If I change him to the other Star Guard, I want to see what it gives. Oh. It's more. Okay, so the flat attack is better than the percent there because of all the other percentages. In other words, you can have Ring of the Valkyries. And you can have the Bushing Broom. Actually, no, not you. Anti-silence. In plus 3%, but you can have Bushy Broom. The reason is because one of her rolls, it doubles her intelligence, but it makes her spells cost like 3 times more. And then she has another roll, which is like minus 70% cost. And then the Bushy Broom just is like minus 10% cost. Just trying to make sure she has a decent amount of MP left. This also means I get a bunch of Reserve Rush bar from fighting normal enemies. I usually put the Reserve Rush back onto Fidel and just have him use it whenever he feels like. And now that I don't care what the bar is filled with, I will be using strong attacks again. I really should just be using Crescent Wings to kill these guys, because... whatever. You pretty much never run out of MP with, I never got the last book, did I? I also have everybody's skills except for Miki's Divine Weight, because I don't have Moonlit Signets Volume 3. Not that it matters. But, yeah, you never run out of MP once you get Miki's Arcane Weapon. Because she casts it on a person, and then whenever you normal attack with that person, they just steal MP from people. It's great. Oh, there's also another really good build for Victor, which is the Dead Man Walking build, because one of his abilities, the Bloodstorm Revolution, it has HP drain on it. So, not set. Learn. Bloodstorm Revolution. This ability, he drains HP based on the damage he does. So if you give him Dead Man Walking and you max out his attack, he's pretty much immortal. You just spam Bloodstorm Revolution and he'll heal himself. It's like a very viable option for the super bosses. Because Dead Man Walking makes you immune to all damage, and also, by extension, makes you immune to interruption. Like, you just never get hit by anything. I, however, will not be using that. At least not right now. Maybe one day when I don't feel as lazy and I'm finally get to crafting everything. There's a lot of crafting that has to take place in order to do that. Okay, so this is the final boss. Let's go.
Yokosu Shogun. Kenny ようやく相まみえることができたな。
一方的に盛り上がるなよ。
実験体の娘、小僧と共に我が元へ戻る気はないのか。
No。
フィデルとミキと一緒にいる。
子供まで道具にするお前のところへなど誰が。命はお前のおもちゃじゃない。
もはや問答無用。フェリア、我に力を。
リリア、お姉ちゃん。
副社長。はい。
フェリア、お姉ちゃん。私に妹などいない。将軍。
Oh, damn.
お姉ちゃん。
我に力を。
Oh, so that's like the space-time symbology. I think he starts off immune to damage. Yeah, he does. Look at all these zeros. Look at all those zeros.
我が正義を否定してみせるのではなかったのか、小僧。貴様のおかげで時空紋章の謎が一つ解明できた。実験体が紋章の力を解放する。脳内に何種類かのホルモンが分泌されていた。
That's weird.
ホルモン。実験体が小僧への信頼、愛情、それらの入り混じった強い感情を抱いた時に検出される。メカニズムさえ分かれば科学的に代替することが可能だ。まずはマインドコントロール。それで足りなければホルモンを直接投与すればよい。見よ、時空紋章の力は完全に我が支配下に置かれたのだ。
やるのが嫌だけど、これは簡単に手段がない。リリア。
So, the beginning of the battle, you literally can't do anything. You just have to wait, you know, and wait for them to talk. I mean, in a...
リリア、立て。お姉ちゃんを放っておくのか。失敗してもいつだって支えてやる。僕を信じて立つんだ。未来、自分自身で勝ち取るんだ。テリアの心を取り戻してこい。
お姉ちゃんは私が助ける。
And the shield is neutralized.
ここからが本番だ。
So normally, like in a normal playthrough where you don't max level before fighting him, the first part is just survival. In that case, usually I would take control of Miki and just spam Fairy Star so that nobody dies. Oh, hi. You're like right in front of me. Please go away. I do not like you being right in front of me. And then this fight is just filled with cutscenes.
このぐらいやってもらわねばつまらぬ。さあ、いよいよだ。最新の紋章研究の成果を試してみるとしよう。
I love how everybody just lets him talk instead of attacking him. Whatever. Don't care. Go, Fido. Do damage. Oh, so much damage. Yeah, this battle is very easy once you're at max level. You're not supposed to be doing this at max level. At least not the first time. But it's technically not my first time, so it's fine. The one reason I would use Fidel over Emerson here would just be for damage, because so, just like what happened to the mad scientist, he is fusing with her, basically. And now he becomes this weird thing. I'm pretty sure the beginning of this phase, he's also immune to damage. Yeah, he is. So, again, this is a time when you just take control of Miki and constantly spam Fairy Light or Fairy Star. Wait, are we on a different... Oh, the battlefield's different. It, like, doesn't connect to the little stairs anymore. Oh, what the heck? Miki's silenced. But she has an anti-silence amulet. Chamomile. That's supposed to be like his big bad spell, I'm pretty sure. Oh wow, there's even like detailed wear and tear on her outfit. I never noticed that.
覚ませフェリア。
バカな。
リリア、お願い。
Touching moment, so I won't speak.
私を殺して。
Oh.
逃げるな。戦うんだ。戦ってそいつの支配から逃げ出すんだ。
黙れこそ。
リリア、お前を信じてる。フェリアと二人で立ち上がれるってずっと信じてる。
お姉ちゃん、私、お姉ちゃんを信じてる。一緒に戦おう。フィレル、リリア、私も。
So once again, he loses his invulnerability. And everybody else... I think you're just fully healed. So there is a very big advantage of using Fidel over Emerson is... Excuse me. Fidel's Reserve Rush, which is Ethereal Blast. Emerson's... Actually, so Emerson's Reserve Rush isn't bad. But it's very wide-reaching. And so... I'll demonstrate here. If he uses it, first of all, he has to run up to the enemy. But it doesn't do that many hits because it's like a little... It spirals outward from his center and then hits everybody. While Fidel, his Ethereal Blast, if you give Fidel max attack, and then you might as well just control him at that point, and he uses the Reserve Rush, he does, I think, a total of 15 hits, and they can all be max damage. So, overall, I'd say... Oh, that's more than 15 hits. Well, however many hits Fidel does, you can make it so that they're all max damage once his attack gets high enough. And you give him some crit. They all crit, and they're all max damage. He just has higher damage output, generally. But I like the range. And that was the final boss. Not a very exciting final boss because I kind of cheesed it with max level. What did you expect me to do? This is like my 4th time beating this game, I think. Astonishingly small. My fascist assailant. Repudiation. What is repudiation? Google. Fairy is back. Repudiation. Repudiation. Rejection of a proposal or idea. Denial of the truth or validity of something. Oh, okay. So he's saying, like... I guess he's just... Oh. Oh, her voice is so echoey. Echoey voices aren't good. Oh, so yeah. Fairy is not actually there. This is like kind of like the last of her power, an astral projection almost. But Faria didn't make it. Oh. She does give her sister something. That's never really expanded upon, but I don't know, my guess, maybe it gives Relia more control over her power.
艦長個人日誌宇宙歴537年11月7日フェイクリード政権での任務が終了した主海アルマ将軍の
So now we get an exposition on the ending.
クーデターは失敗に終わりクロノス政府は主権を取り戻した数日後ムータル大統領は銀河連邦への参加を宣言また銀河連邦の仲間が増え敵が一つ消えたことになる
So now they're not enemies anymore.
今回の事件はそれだけにとどまらない予感がする
I wonder if the Pan-Galactic Federation isn't like the European Union.
強く感じさせたのだ今連邦のあり方を再考すべき時が近づいているのではないだろうか
Well, Cronus is on the right, Pan-Galactic Federation on the left.
宇宙歴537年はクロノス事件だけではなく
Oh, there's Anne. She's like,
長い時を経て
there's Emerson.
重要な分岐点になったと認識
She's not happy about this.
今日フェイクリードの処遇が正式決定した文明レベルが達していないことから銀河連邦への正式加盟は見送られたが先進文明の干渉が強かったと判断され監視対象惑星に指定されたビクトルを監察官として派遣するように上層部には進言していた
General of Fake Read.
彼なら他の者よりかなりマシにやってくれるはずだ
So Victor kind of bridges between Fake Read
あの時のメンバーが
and the
あれから
Federation.
どうなったか記録せねばなるまいフェイクリーディアンたちは皆地球に移住することになったあの事件を経験させておいてそのまま戻すわけにもいかないし
Aw, that's cute. Cute
本人
picture.
たちも希望しているし何より私が嬉しい
So now we get to learn of everybody's fates, and depending on who you were
お
closest
嬢ちゃん
to,
は科学士官を目指して猛勉強中だアンヌによると筋は非常にいいそうだ
depending who Fidel is closest to, determines whose ending you get. Although there's kind of
筆記に苦戦しているらしい
what's considered like a true or canon
地球の模
ending.
試は初めてだから仕方ないだろうが善と頼んだなビクトルは正式に連邦軍人となりなんと軍の剣術師範に抜擢された未開惑星出身者として考えれば異例の大出世だ
He can
俺
carry
個人
on
としては
Daryl's
あ
legacy.
いつにフェイクリードの観察官を任せたいが本人はどっちにやりがいを感じるかなピオーレはクルップ博士の推薦もありムーンベースに新設された紋章遺伝子研究所の主任研究員に収まったというかそもそも研究所
So here's the interesting thing with Fiore. The Symbological Genetics Laboratory plays a big role in Star Ocean 3.
有効活用したいんだろう彼女によって連邦は一段階上の技術
And since it was established for Fiore's sake,
アンヌは引き続き科学士官として
yeah, that's just like, there's like a tie-in with Star Ocean 3.
最初は顔で選んだのにあれだけできるとは思ってもみなかった俺の配属が正式に決まったら呼び戻す予定だ俺は クロノス反政府軍の討伐の功績により、なんと昇進が決まってしまった。まだ正式に組まれている
Admiral Kenny
艦隊を率いる提督様だ。最新重力ワープの研究のために建造している最新艦の艦長に就任予定だ。あれだけ規律やら条約やら破りまくってお咎めなしなだけでもラッキーだったんだが、これも人徳だな。
And for Fidel, we find out what his fate is depending on oh, ha 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 ha, oops, just ignore that message. Am I gonna get in trouble for this? You have to watch the full credits before you find out Fidel's fate. Again, Fidel's ending depends on who you were closest to in terms of affection. I'm pretty sure I was closest with Miki. It almost always defaults to Miki in a playthrough unless you like specifically say hurtful things to her in some of the private actions and you really try hard to be nice to somebody else in a private action. But Miki's is considered kind of the canon or default ending because it is also the only ending that shows Relia. No other ending with Fidel has Relia in it, so it's considered the canon ending. Although you could argue that every single one of Fidel's endings are canon, sort of, in the sense that he could technically do all of them, I think, in one timeline, if you want to say it like that. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyways. For my next game, I already have it here. So, yeah, next game is Tales of Zestiria. I've only played it for a little bit. I barely remember anything about it. I did get, I think, the collector's edition, so I have some DLC for it. But in terms of the story, I've barely done anything in the story for Zestiria. Oh, on another note, today's Wednesday, so I play this game. It's a BL gacha game. It's called New Carnival. If you've never heard of it, I've posted about it before on my Twitter. Surprisingly, for a BL harem gacha game, it has a pretty decent story and really good character design. There's definitely like a character for everybody. My favorites are Quincy and Garu. Garu's cute. He is little dog boy. But so usually whenever they have a new event on Wednesday nights, because the game is like, it's not local to my time, it's already basically like Thursday. The turnover time is around 3 p.m. my time is when the date changes in the game. So it is technically Thursday in the game. I'm just waiting for it to finish updating because there's a new event, which is the Halloween event right now. And there is a Halloween costume for Garu and for Yakumo, which are two characters in the game. I really want Garu, although Yakumo does look really good. What I really like about the game, other than like the story and character design, and there are like actual R18 scenes, it's like the fact that it has a really interesting story really got me to stay, other than collecting the boys, which is what I love doing. I just love collecting things. The story I find is really intriguing. Even the events, even the event stories are pretty intriguing, honestly. And I right now really want to know more about Rin, who's like the newest character. He's not playable yet, and whether or not he is playable, we have yet to see, because he was just introduced in like the last 2 chapters, and we don't really know much about him. But it's also really interesting to see how the characters change and grow in the different events. So even though each character is basically a type that you can that like appeals to certain people, depending on which event, they kind of change a bit. So like, I guess Kuya is the best example. Kuya is one of the characters that you can get. I'd say his original Kuya is... he's kind of yandere. Wait, no, sorry, not yandere. Wrong term. He's tsundere. And of course, every version of him to an extent is tsundere, but it seems like in the latest event before this, which was it was like the double eclipse event. I think the event was for Mid-Autumn Festival, which is when people eat mooncakes. They had like their own version, and the double eclipse and the 2 moons and blah blah blah. But it did involve the moon, so that's why I was thinking it had to do with the Mid-Autumn Festival and mooncakes. They didn't explicitly have mooncakes, but they had like moon adjacent pastries in the game. And so that event really kind of showed a softer side to Kuya, which a lot of people on Reddit liked. I liked it too. I do go on Reddit a bit sometimes, but oh wait, this is the ending for Fidel. Wait, oh never mind, I'm a liar. I don't know this song. Oh shit, am I gonna get copyright strike for this song? I'll take the risk. I'll keep it in for now. Maybe if I just talk over it, it's okay. But I don't know the song, or else I would sing it a little bit. There are a few games which I know the songs of that I wouldn't mind singing. There's a really old game called Dark Cloud 2 or Dark Chronicle, depending on which region you're in, that when you got the game. I think EU knows it as Dark Chronicle. But anyways, Dark Cloud 2 has a song that I really like, that I wouldn't mind singing on stream, but I'd have to play that game because I'm not just going to sing it out of the blue. Anyway, so Yakumo as a character is very tsundere, and not Yakumo, what am I saying? Yakumo's the opposite. Yakumo's a bit yandere. He has like a dark side to him, which I think a lot of people are hoping shows a bit more in the current event. He's wearing like a vampire count costume kind of thing. And then Gar is wearing like a mummy pumpkin head costume. Luckily, he doesn't actually have the pumpkin head on, so he's still very cute. It was Kuya. Kuya's the tsundere. And yeah, he just had some like very warm moments with Aiden. And Aiden's the main character. And well, apparently what's amazing about Aiden, according to Reddit, is that he doesn't look like a traditional harem protagonist, which is like the disheveled hair, no background story, just wants to go around getting with people But no, he actually has like a background story. He has like full face, full facial details. And it's cute because he gets like a new outfit for every event as well, but he himself is not playable, and everybody wants a playable Aiden. I understand that. I would like a playable Aiden too. But then, with that, since he gets a outfit for every single event, I feel like then they would have to make a new playable Aiden for every single event. And I guess the other reason they don't want a playable Aiden is because Aiden is supposed to be the player, essentially, and so... And he also, according to the story, has no magic abilities. Like, he has some kind of power, but he can't like actively use it. To not like, I don't want to get too deep into it, but yeah. So that's kind of what I think Rin is there for. Rin looks almost identical to Aiden. So I think that's the point of Rin, is to be like a substitute playable Aiden, to quell the masses. Although no one's going to be happy with that, because Aiden is loved for his personality, not just his look. And Rin does not have the same personality as... Okay.
戦闘要員としては即採用レベルだが、どうやら艦船の乗組員を目指しているらしい。
Wait, did I get?
いつでも手助けしてやるつもりだが、今は努力が必要な時期でもある。温かく見守ってるから、早く上に上がってこい。
Did I get Emerson's ending? Oh.
お夜食できてるよ。
ありがとう。もう少ししたら行くよ。
Nope, this is Miki's ending.
頑張りすぎないでね。
Wait.
ミキは頑張らなさすぎだ。エマーソンさんとアンヌさんみたいになりたいんだろ。
お嫁さんでもいいんだけど。
She said it.
なんか言ったか？
なんでもない。一緒に頑張ろうって言ってた。
Fidel, you dumb... Fidel, you dumbass. You heard what she said. It would have been cool to see Miki in like a Federation uniform too, not just Fidel. Wait a I'm thinking of the wrong ending. Relia has her own ending, but you have to do something to get it. Okay, I'm stupid. That was Miki and Fidel's ending. But Miki and Fidel's ending is considered canon because if you get Relia's ending, which there is only one of, it is Relia, Fidel, and Miki together. Apparently I didn't get it. And I don't know why. I mean, I have a bunch of love potions. That sounds horrible, giving love potions to her. Yeah, let's not go there. To continue your adventures in the Eternal Sphere. Wow, they actually talk about the Eternal Sphere. If you don't know what the Eternal Sphere is, that's from Star Ocean 3. That's essentially the name of the MMORPG virtual reality that is their reality. It's confusing. Load the data you saved after arriving at the deepest part of Chronos' cycle, return to the entrance to the parallel dimension, then transport to the Charles Deagle. Gee, okay. I didn't get Relia's ending. If you want to see Relia's ending, it's definitely is on YouTube somewhere. I am not gonna go through all of that again right now, just to show you. Sorry. I thought I got it. So, I'm gonna end this stream, and I'm going to start a new stream, which is going to, like, right after I set everything up for Tales of Zestiria. So I will be right back. See you then. Bye!